Hello and welcome to High or Lows, a 5th ed Dungeons & Dragons adventure set in the world of Taraz. I'm Philip Martin, your Dungeon Master, and with me is Ash Mireya.
The horror.
We'll go with we'll go with that. Lizzie McPherson.
Hey, lovelies.
Daniel Fletcher is up next.
G'day.
And we have Laurie Crawford.
Hello.
Unfortunately, Mimbo is away. He's got that thing that's been around for the last couple of years, but we shall make no more mention of it, and hopefully he'll be back next time. Previously on High or Lows, the group continued exploring Homestead, but this time they were on the way to the Tappan Bunkhouse, aka the Orphanage, to get some R&R and gather their bearings. On their way there, Thistle noticed the newcomers were being eyed by the locals from across the river, but they decided not to engage for the time being. When they arrived at their new lodgings, they noticed various childish artwork around the building, seemingly made by the aforementioned orphans. After entering, they ordered food and drinks from Alamia, a Goliath, and one of the head proprietors of this establishment, and they sat down to discuss their next moves. After a short chat, Alamia came to join the group in conversation and answered several more questions about Homestead. Also, as they had entered, they had heard music and children's laughter from the next room, which Alamia had explained was for the orphans' music lesson. At one point, she warned them the wheelbarrow may not be safe outside, so Callum went to check it and gave chase to a couple of sneaky teens that were sniffing around the wheelbarrow. They also met Arak, a Gith, who ran the lodging part of the establishment, and he gave them access to 2 rooms for the week. Finally, they were directed towards a part of the river which would give them some degree of privacy where they could wash up for the evening. And this is where we'll start. Obviously, time is weird down here, but I would say it's sort of mid-afternoon by the vibe you're getting of this place. So you do have time to wash up and still do other things before it is evening. But evening is not too far away.
Well, I'm going to go wash my hair because it smells. So I'll be a couple of minutes, and I said the rest of the party.
Well, I think we're all heading that way anyways.
We're all going.
Well, obviously the females would be in a separate part, right?
Are they?
There are, you can go, as you go outside to check this out, you do notice there are some sort of there is a couple of areas that you can get a little bit more private. There's some, not privacy screens, but just little nooks and crannies.
All right, well, I'm heading over there.
His and hers.
I strip down to my bare nothingness, do a running start, and dive bomb into that pool as fast as possible.
Give me a dex check.
Oh.
Or acrobatics.
7.
7. Yeah, it's more of a belly flop, but you don't hurt yourself or anything. You just splash around a little bit, make a little bit of a mess.
I starfish as I'm going in.
Come up with a bit of a red tummy.
Okay. So the way this area works is basically you walked just a little bit around the bend to get here, and there's a couple of sort of rock stacks that will give a bit of privacy. So there's a basic section between a natural cliff wall and this rock stack, which is a smaller area that Thistle has gone to, and you guys have gone to the more open area. And across the way, you can see the other side of the river where there are, at this time of day, there would be some humans sort of just gathering water and things, doing their own washing up. Along the river to your left, there is a bridge not too far away as well.
Well, I'd strip down too and just jump in the pool. Probably not as gung-ho as Tweak, though.
Sure. There is a waterfall about 100 feet beyond you. You can hear it. You could go and explore that and swim out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the waterfall, get some get some own time.
So is this more of a rock pool, or is it like a... What sort of pool is it?
It's definitely a rock pool, but it's quite large. It's basically the river is sort of falling into this area and collecting where this pool is, and then there's rocks which have Actually, the rocks seem somewhat man-made. There was probably some natural degree, but then it's also been shaped over time by the humans and other races that live here. And then it goes and funnels off to the river, and then it continues on to the edge of Homestead, essentially.
Does anybody have any soap?
Didn't really think about that. I think the best you're going to have to do is use your hands.
Oh,
We might be able to buy some at the store later, though.
it's a bit late for that.
You would notice that the humans on the other side of the river seem to be leaving.
I swim towards them as best I can.
They leave faster.
I swim as fast as I can. Wait, have you got any soap?
Give me a persuasion check or intimidation.
13?
They throw a sort of misshapen clump of old soap at you and say, "Take it. Just leave us alone."
Thank you. They're just jealous of this package.
Well, you guys are adventurer types. You're all like fairly fit, even like if you're nerdy and such. These seem just like commoners, people that were just trying to get by down here.
I swim over to Baracus. I've got soap, guys. We can share it.
Thank you. That's nice of them.
So you guys going to the men have gone over to the waterfall, have they?
Yes.
Yeah, bit of a shower, I suppose.
I lather it up nicely in my fingers. Get in all the nooks and crannies.
Yeah, there's enough soap for at least the three of you. It's not a huge amount of soap though. It wasn't a fresh bar.
Should we give this a Thistle? I mean, hey Thistle,
Mm?
do you need some soap to get rid of those mushrooms?
If you're offering,
Well, when I'm finished with it, Callum and Baracus, might be some left over.
okay.
But, this water's enough for me. You take it there.
Yeah, the water's not particularly cold either. It's not warm, but it's pleasant.
Do you want me to bring it to you, or do you want to come get it, or do you want to throw it over the railing there?
It's just kind of a rock wall that's just sort of been built up.
I will carefully swim over.
Gentlemen, divert your eyes.
I literally can't.
And I shall describe it to you.
Yeah, I'm going to use this opportunity to swim over to the edge of where I left my armor and things, go grab a dagger, and just take it back and just give myself a bit of a trim, a bit of a haircut.
Yeah, you can do that. Give me some sort of check.
Yeah, it's not going to be very arty.
I'm gonna let you pick, like Dex or something like that. Hell, medicine.
I'm going to go for a charisma.
Yeah, I'll
check
allow
of
it.
some sort. Yeah.
I'll allow it.
All
It's
right,
a very
let's see.
inconsequential check, so whatever the hell you feel like drawing is fine by me.
It's consequential to me, especially if I roll a one. On this occasion, I didn't. 22.
Yeah, you do a pretty good job at just naturally knowing where to cut away. And what are you trying to achieve? What kind of a cut? Like short, or just shorter?
I've got quite long salt and pepper at the moment, so I'll probably with the kind of white and the white at the sides and the silver and black at the top. I'll just kind of trim it down and bring it to a point around the the back of the neck.
This might be a good time. Any listeners that want to see what our characters look like, you can go to our website, High or Lows, and there are images there. And we also described them in a bit more detail in the first episode.
Yeah, absolutely.
What about the rest of you? Are you doing anything specific?
Just general hair wash, beard wash, body wash.
Yeah, same here. And I'm just pulling the sticks and twigs out of my out of my hair as I wash it, and then I go and try and give my clothes a wash with the soap bar.
It's more stones and like little pebbles and bits of dirt, like remnants of spores,
Yeah.
octopus guts that you forgot about.
Baragus, do you mind trimming my ear hair a little bit? It's getting a bit wildy there.
I can give you a quaff. How large would you like it?
A quaff?
Probably in the front. Bring that heft you've got back there right over to the front.
Sure. Just a little bit off the top, I suppose.
Let's try this.
I don't have much in the middle.
I know. Hold still. Go dexterity check on this one. I might not be so good
Are you purposely picking a bad one?
doing tweaks. Well, a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Oh, it is a solid 9 there, my friend. Hold still. I'll nick you.
It's tugging on my ear.
I don't know what's worse, watching Tweak get a haircut or seeing a child get a haircut.
Well, if you want a haircut, Thistle, you only have to ask. Come on.
No, I'm good. I can do my own hair. But thank you for the offer.
Does your hair even grow anymore?
Not really. It's just long and gangy. It's been the same length for so long. Has anyone seen Chuck?
And he's off somewhere. He'll turn up.
Yeah, you'll be right.
Oh, good. So, are there any like towels or anything around, or the equivalent of that, so you can kind of like dry yourself off?
We had towels. I brought mine.
Yeah, we were given some.
Oh, okay.
They're not they're right they're obviously well used towels, but you were given towels. So yeah, if you'd like to leave after a time and get tied off, Thistle, you would notice that you scrub yourself and you use the soap and you do clean your hair and you do clean your body, but there is something different about this body of yours now, like where you have received cuts. It's sort of patched together, not like it's not correct skin. It's sort of patched together with like this mushroom like film. Feels like skin. It's not quite your normal skin.
Okay.
So, Tweak, what do you wish to achieve in this place? I've noticed you were talking up good game in this place, trying to incite change, may I put it? What are you looking for in this place?
I think engineering is always a good way to build bridges. Little
I see what
joke.
you did there.
I think we could do a lot for this town. I guess we're going to be living here for goodness knows how long, and we should just make the most of it. Perhaps we could get us all out of here one day. I think engineering's the key to that.
Yeah,
First, we need to connect our commodities, like the ores down the tunnels. We have a forge, and we can start connecting places and distributing resources and allocating them effectively. If we do this and we work together, we could really achieve a lot.
We will have to probably take care of Oasis at some point too.
Well, I don't know. Perhaps they just need something. I mean, we could offer them something. We could go there with at least a plan.
They don't seem the type to just say yes to offers. They seem the type that'll just take.
You know, I spent a long time with goblins, and at first, They were cruel. They treated me unfairly. But once I knew how resourceful and useful I was to them, I pretty much ruled the roost down there. So you never know. If they're desperate, they're going to take and steal. But if we make this place worth living and perhaps a goal to escape, they may just come around.
I mean, perhaps you're right, Callum. I do agree in a way. But I also think that we are kind of, especially if your plan takes root there, Tweak, we may become something to these people, and that would be a nice chip to take over to Oasis and have them not lop our heads off. We would have something to parlay.
Don't think that I'm a fool either. I mean, when it comes down to it, it's an arms race. And we build ourselves up, and we could always just blow them to kingdom come. I mean, let's leave that as a plan B.
Or any other letter, yeah.
No, I like it as plan B, because plan C gets ruthless.
Well, you have been told. Well, you met the undead dwarves. They were an isolated settlement, but they were a settlement of sorts down here. And you've been told about other settlements down here, some more visible than others. You've got the kobolds. You've been told about the goblins that haven't left, I believe. And you know that there would be other groups around as well.
I just had a thought that, there are other factions down here. It's not just Homestead and Oasis. I mean, who knows? There must be maybe small enclaves of other humans that settled outside of the walls. I'm not sure. I mean, families that just want to keep to themselves and live on the outskirts. Who knows?
I'd imagine that they would still have contact with one of the two big settlements, though. Kind of like how Candle deals with himself.
I do feel like this engineering idea is an idea. Some way to get in their good graces and perhaps a way back to our forge. But I feel like they would want us to primarily do that trip back to I forgot his name. The Orion was it? Yes, if I'm remembering correctly. And I agree with you, Callum. I think that will take us a ways out of our path. And do we have the time or even the resources to backtrack? There are paths that we did not take, and it would be good to peruse those over. But it all comes back to: do we have the time and the will?
Well, I think we have all the time in the world down here, and we can keep our time by the moist mushrooms above us.
I want to stay down here all my life, Tweak. I don't want to build a home down here. I have a home. Though it is far away, I'd like to get back to it sometime.
That's the plan. I mean, I did say we could build our way out of here too. I mean, there are many contraptions that gnome civilizations have created that are very interesting. I believe that with magic and with resources, we can definitely get out of here. And it's going to take a long time and a lot of teamwork, I think.
I feel as though I would like to see your hometown, the way you talk of it sometimes.
It would be nice. I mean, they don't really like me there. I've been tainted by the goblin. I'm a little eccentric, if you hadn't noticed.
Not at all.
I think we all have.
I wouldn't call you eccentric.
Every second question out of his mouth is asking about your mushrooms, which I'm sure there's a very private matter for you.
That's Tweak. Gets him kind of used to it. He's an inquisitive little person.
Indeed.
I do think it's still worth investigating what happened to Orion, because this could be a start of something much larger. Because if I was Oasis and I just took out one of their main leaders, you would want to press that advantage.
I pick up Giznat and start scrubbing him behind the antennas.
He does not like it.
Do you have any of that soap left?
There's a little bit. I give it back to Tweak.
If a cockroach could scream, this cockroach is doing the equivalent of screaming right now.
I can actually speak to him.
You hear
Look,
screams.
Don't carry on, Giznat. It's just a little scrub. You'll thank me later.
He does not like it at all. So you've been in here about 15 minutes, and after a time, you hear a familiar voice going, "Oh, I'm glad I found you."
Candle, you better get your furry behind in here. Join us.
Yeah,
Discussing.
I'm good. I'm alright for now.
Shy, are we?
I've given me a couple. I've done a couple of splashes. I'll be alright.
We're in here plotting.
Alright then. Well, I'll probably just be here tonight, and I'll probably take off tomorrow. So if you do need anything from me, I won't be too far, and I'll probably be back in a few weeks.
Well, we need to sort out what we're giving you as well. All our stuff's in the tap house at the moment, but maybe if you swing by there later, we can sort you out.
Yeah. It'd be nice if I can get a couple of them potions or something. Maybe a gem or two. I don't know. Figure it out. But how you finding the place? Is everything okay?
I'm clean, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, it's good to see you taking the load off, just getting clean. I see the East Siders took off when you guys took over the waterfall.
Yeah, but they did give us soap, so that was good of them.
Yeah, they're a simple folk. Don't pay them too mind. Watch out for I wouldn't just stay clear of the families for now. They're probably not going to be too happy with you being around.
Why?
They're all humans. They basically control the farms in the East River, and I just again they're a bit old school. They don't mind me too much, but I prefer to steer clear of this place in general anyway.
New things can be scary for some of the weaker people.
They've been down here as long as anyone. They don't always trust new people because they've been down here so long.
Yeah, that's fair.
From what I'm hearing, things have been a little bit on edge recently with Orion missing and everything. But hopefully you guys will bring some stability and you won't, disrupt or anything like that.
That's the intent.
So what are your plans? You gonna hang around? You even gonna stick together, or are you gonna go your own separate ways?
I think we're going to make some plans here and settle in for a little while at least. We just got here after all.
Yeah, it's fair. Take a load off. There's some good people here.
Anari did ask us to kind of investigate exactly what happened in that campsite we were in.
Yeah. From what I saw, it looked like it's definitely been a battle, and the timing checks out that might have been Orion being there, and maybe something happened.
Well, I mean, it would also be good to confirm if he's even dead. He might have just been taken prisoner.
Yeah, I don't think that he was. Here's what because you found his armor and his sword, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oasis would have taken that. That's good loot. So I think something else happened. Maybe he got away injured and couldn't last or something.
Without his armor?
Well, that's, I don't know. The question is, why was his armor in that cube if the fight of the Oasis took place near there?
Maybe it just swept him up. He might have been scrubbing. So the cube just came along and he ran for it, bare naked.
My working theory, either he was running away injured or he was chasing someone and they fell right into that cube. But I don't know. That's just my theory.
When we found the armor, there weren't any like bone fragments or stuff in the armor itself, was there?
There were a lot of bones in that area in general, and you killed the cube and the armor was there, so
There's a big pile of bones at the end of that
Yeah.
dead end.
Well, you'd imagine though, if he was in the cube when he was wearing the armor, that there'd be like rib cages or something like that in the armor itself.
the cube is pretty effective at destroying that stuff, though. And had been some time. Like, that battle had been like a week or two prior.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know, I have a lesson with the kids, apparently. I think was it this evening?
Tomorrow.
That's funny. I'm sure they'll like that. I'll tell Amalia to be on the ready.
I don't suppose they have any extinguishers.
They do not. But we're right by a river. They could always get the bucket brigade going. Wouldn't be the first time. But try not to do anything that requires a bucket brigade.
Okay. I will try not to.
Well, good. Well, still got a couple of things I gotta do while I'm here before I head out. I suppose, did you guys want to sort this shit out now, or do you want me to catch you later?
Well, we're pretty much done with our bathing, shower, whatever. We can go grab the stuff, and because we were hoping to go to the shops as well, so might as well sort it all out.
They'll probably close in an hour or two, but you got time still. I'm sure they'll be interested to see what you brought in.
All right, then let's get out of here.
You've been in the water for about 20, 30 minutes.
I'm starting to prune.
I was just thinking that.
So yeah, you guys were leaving the river and going back into the tavern. Good timing too, because a whole bunch of kids start filing out of the tavern and heading towards the river.
With pitchforks?
No, these kids vary. They're not. They're not. Oh, there'd probably be some humans, but they tend to be a mishmash of different races. You see like orcs, elves, halflings, gnomes. It'd be a mismatch of different things. And they're being led by a very large brown-skinned individual with large horns and a smaller feminine figure, also with horns and goat legs. You guys want to do data checks? See if you know what these people are?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. While I do that, I'll heft myself out of the water, go put my armor back on and kind of the cloud back over my head.
19.
I got a
Let's do this
15.
properly.
19 and 16. You guys reckon this is a minotaur and a satyr. Satyr? Satyr. I bad at pronouncing this one. I think you can pronounce it both ways. Satyr. Satyr.
Are there any human children amongst them?
Yes, but not many. There doesn't seem to be the main, and they are older. They're not young. They're about 12.
I will approach the satyr.
Well, she's approaching you and your group, and she goes, "Oh, hi! How are you? You guys must be the new people I heard about."
Yes.
You must be.
I'm Yanana Twinklehoofs. I'm in the band. You should come check us out later.
Okay.
I gotta take care of all these kids, okay? It's nice meeting you.
Are you like a guardian or a teacher?
I was an orphan too, so we just all help out. And she's just like being pulled away by all these kids, and some of the kids are sort of eyeing you guys off, and like a couple of them are coming to kind of pinch you, and weird things like that.
I have a lesson for the kids.
That sounds fun. Talk to you later.
Tell them to come around When the mushroom's just a little bit moister. Just a little bit moist. Apparently, that's the time.
So one gnome child is like eyeing you off with his arms folded, and is, "What kind of lesson are you be teaching?"
What kind of lesson would you like to learn? I'm eyeing him off at the same time with my arms crossed.
I will. I don't like music so much. I would prefer something with a bit more substance, something grounded and useful for the future.
How about I teach you how to make explosives?
That would be good.
And I can teach you engineering and mathematics.
I will await your lesson with fervor. I now must go and join the other children for our bath.
Indeed.
Indeed, as well.
And I turn and walk away.
He mirrors your movements.
We just mirror each other.
Also, Tweak, you are a gnome. You know about gnome physiology. You know that that child is like late teens, but still a child by gnome standards. But is
Oh,
older
yeah.
than Chuck. Is older than Chuck in years on the earth.
Okay. This is just a young whippersnapper. I remember when I was that age. The mind is ready to learn and explore.
I'm sure when you were that age, you'd made plenty of large explosives by then.
Oh, yes.
You see the Minotaur having a lot of fun with these kids, like just sort of in the water, splashing around, throwing them around, they're climbing on him, and he's just being like lots of laughter. It's a good time.
Cool. Well, they look like they're in good hands. We should go to the shops then, I guess. Now we're all scrubbed up.
Wait, would you need an assistant when you're teaching?
Sure. That could be useful. What could you help me with?
I have a skill set that I could probably help you with, or I could learn something off you at the same time.
Okay, that sounds fine to me. That should be good.
Sweet.
And to the shops.
We've got to load up our stuff first
No,
and
shop-
sort out our candle as well.
What happened with that wheelbarrow over there, back there? Did
You
I brought
brought it into your room, right?
any
Well,
Yeah,
they-
yeah. I brought everything in because didn't want the kids to nick them.
You're pretty sure a couple of teens did get away with some stuff, but nothing too valuable.
Yeah, I'd imagine just some scrap wood or metal or something.
Yeah, just a couple. Like one got away with a nice bit of chunk of wood, and one got away with a nice bit of metal, and they just ran off with that.
I got a good eye on them. We can hunt them down later. Let's go to the shops first.
It's worth noting they were human children as well.
So, the candle, we were giving him one of those potions of alertness. And do we want to give him one of these uncut root gems that I've got in my bag?
How many do we have?
We've got 3: a sapphire, a ruby, and an emerald.
And I have a diamond.
Well, let's hang on to that one. But yeah, I suppose give him one of the other gems if he requires.
Don't give him a ruby or a sapphire.
You might need them later.
I just think, they can be used for clockwork, I believe.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll pull out the emerald and give it to Candle. Just
Don't mind if I do.
Oh, you're standing right there. I mean, yes, give him the best of the best.
I mean, that's why we're sorting him out, because we wanted to do this and then go to the shops.
It's alright, Tweak. I'm a lurker. It's all good. I am very sneaky when I choose to be.
Well, lurk your way over to the tap house later, and we can formally give you what you need and a drink, I think.
Yeah, I'll be there to see the band. They put on a decent show. I haven't seen them in a while, so it'll be fun to see them kids play.
Was there anything else that we were talking about? Like in terms of giving you stuff?
I picked up a few things along the way that you guys didn't notice. I got a couple of extra daggers, handful of copper somewhere stashed away.
Good, good. I just want to make sure you sorted. You were a good help on the way.
Yeah, like I said, if I could get a copy of that map, that would actually be pretty good. That would
I
help
was
me.
just getting that out. Here's my rudimentary map that's been filled in as we've journeyed.
Yeah, if you leave it with me, I'll just make a copy while you guys are out at the shops.
I appreciate that, yes. I do have some... Do I? Well, I've got some ink here, if you need some. Or are you right for all of that?
Yeah, that'd be good. I'm sure I could ask Alamia for some as well.
Oh, I do have calligraphy supplies. That's calligrapher's supplies, so...
Calligraphy and
Okay.
cartography supplies are slightly different, but but they're about half the same. Well, they've got some things in common. Not
Well, I'll loan you this, so you can make a good map. Maybe make... I don't know if you'll have time, but maybe... I don't know how many maps you could make. Maybe 2?
I mean, I probably need some help. Do you mind if I enlist Iraq or Alamia to help out with this?
Sure.
Probably keep it away from the kids. Actually, I might head out. I got someone that might be able to help a lot with this. One of the main gnomes in town. He was here earlier, I think, but I think he's gone now.
Okay, I'll, sure. Take it to him. Let me just do one thing. And I will sign tweak at the bottom of the map, in the bottom right corner.
Okay, give me either Dex or Charisma check to see just how flare your signature is, or or tell me something else that justifies it.
Well, sleight of hand?
Sure, sleight of hand.
Alright, so that way. 18.
Yeah, you sign this map beautifully.
So a little flourish here and there.
You do like the underline at the end. Do you do your full name, or just like your full name, Numble Tweakleton?
Yes.
Cool. Second, I wasn't sure if I could remember your full name, but no, I remembered it. All right. So you guys have got your wheelbarrow and got your packs and your clothes and dressed, and you're heading over to the shop.
Yep.
Okay, you do so. You walk past a couple of smaller buildings. You sort of are being eyed off, but like not in a too unfriendly way by some of the guards as you walk past both the main hall and the guardhouse. They're not on alert; they're just on guard. And within the west side of this natural cave formation is a building that you can see has actually been carved into the stone. This one does have a sign. It just says Swift Hand Shop. A Swift Hand Family Shop.
And
And they do seem to keep it a bit cleaner. Sorry, quick.
So is it the first one with a sign at the front?
The church had decorative stuff that had obviously fallen into disrepute. It wasn't a sign necessarily, but there were things that would have been sign-like once upon a time. But yes, it does seem to be the first properly signed place you've seen.
Oh, let's have a look inside.
Okay, you enter the shop. It is a wooden door set into the stone, and you are greeted by a middle-aged couple, male and female, sort of working working the floor of the shop. The female is behind the counter, and the man is sort of working is just sort of stacking shelves and stuff. And as you come in, he looks to you and says, "Oh, hello there. Welcome to the shop." They are short little halflings. You guys would know what a halflings would be. With middle-aged halflings, you estimate to be around 40, 50 years old. There is also as you enter the shop, you see in the corner a elderly halfling, still spry enough, but at the moment they're just in a rocking chair, smoking a pipe in the corner. They all have brown hair, sort of cute little features, but you can tell their age from their weathered faces. And the man he's closest to you as you arrive says, "The name's Conver. You must be the new group in town."
That'd be us.
We must be, indeed, Conva. We're looking for some wares.
All right. That's the Mrs. Zanny, and that's me ma, Gilda. We're the Swift Hands.
Gilda.
What you be needing and what you be got for trade? What are you looking for? We got a bunch of stuff. We don't have everything you need, but we got some stuff. He goes behind the counter, and you see Zanny sort of getting various things ready to show you. You been needing some weapons or maybe just some basic stuff?
We might need a motley collection of things, but we are on potentially some official business for the town. So let's just keep the haggling simple, and we'll just go straight to the best price.
I mean, we're part of the town, but we look after ourselves as well. Yeah, like we do run a business here. It's we help out the town as needed, but maybe if your mission's important, but we like to take care of ourselves. We got a family to feed.
Ah, indeed. Let's do what we need.
So, what do you need? What do you got?
I mean, that's a good question. I don't particularly need much myself. I don't know if any of you guys actually need much.
No, I don't need much myself, but
Do you sell healing potions or know of anyone who does?
High or lows?
Highs.
Unfortunately, we ain't got no potions, but Shognak may have some. He spends his days making potions and writing and reading. We ain't got none at the moment, though.
Shognak, is it? Okay.
Looking around the store, what kind of stuff do they have? Is it bit of everything kind of thing?
It's a bit of everything. Like there's random just bric-a-brac as well as adventuring equipment. You see different, just odd, eclectic stuff that's quite decorative, and that would have been picked up from various locations. But you also see, backpacks, buckets, crowbars, quivers. You see some weapons like bows, arrows. You even see some armor, but not like heavy plate. I'd say you would see some shields. You'd see some studded leather. They would have a breastplate.
Okay.
That would be under the breastplate is actually very close to the grandma. In fact, give me a perception check
23.
if you're eyeing off the room or checking out the room as you're going. And you notice a lot of the better items are near the grandma, and you notice that she is eyeing off your group and appraising you pretty thoroughly.
I don't suppose you guys have found any spur gears or any shafts available? I need a big thick shaft.
High or lows?
Lows.
Was that first thing you mentioned? Bogies?
Spur gear or just a gear with teeth?
Don't have any around. Could probably find a shaft on short notice. That's not too complicated. But does it need to be metal or could it be like a wooden thing?
Ideally it'd be better metal.
All right. Don't have one right now. Could, if that's something you're interested in, we could look to source it. We got a couple of people we could ask about trying to find that. Might be able to find one in the mines somewhere.
Sure, I'd be interested in trade if you could get gears or sprockets and shafts. That would be or any copper wiring as well could be quite useful.
All right, we have some copper. Probably got a little bit of copper wire somewhere abouts. We definitely got some. We got some wire and things like that. We got tools. Is there any tools you'd be needing? Sort of cobble them together from different things we find.
Well, actually, I'm pretty good with the tools. I have alchemical supplies. I have leatherworkers' tools, smith tools, thieves' tools,
Any of them you want to sell and trade for something else?
tinker's tools. Yes. Do you have cartography supplies?
Cartography supplies. Hyolas.
Eyes.
I don't have any, but if you gave me till tomorrow, I reckon I might be able to cobble something together. Haven't really had too much call for that recently. No, not too many people heading out into unknown areas to explore. But I reckon I could figure something out.
Well, I will trade you a map of a very big portion of this area for cartography supplies.
Probably need a little bit more than that, if I'm honest. Not too many buyers for maps.
When we arrived, your town was being attacked. Do you have any need for weapons?
Definitely, there's always room for more weapons. The guards will be buying them off us sometimes. Yeah, there's always need for weapons.
I'll pull out a sling and a handful of bullets. Quite a lot of bullets, actually.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. It's a fine looking sling. I can see Kobold make. Yep. We'll take it. I'm not gonna say no, but it ain't worth that much.
Oh, you're after fine wares. You're after fine wares. Well, have a look at this. And I'll just pull out a heavy crossbow as well and add that to Tweak's pile that he's building up.
Now that is interesting. There's always need for them on the guard ranges, and yeah. And he starts suspecting that. At this point, Zanny speaks up and goes, "Well, what else what do you be wanting to get in trade for this? What do you need?"
I think that studded leather to me looks interesting. Whether or not for me, but maybe potentially for Thistle. She's unarmed at the moment.
All right. Yeah, so we could get that down. I think we need a little bit more than just the crossbow, but we're starting to talk in the right figures.
I have a scimitar.
Interesting. Oh yeah, put that on the table.
I've changed my mind. I want to keep it.
That's fine. You do what you need to do.
I'll give you a miner's pick instead. I have 2 of those.
I'm sure we can find a use for this. Yes. Would you look at this one? Lover. Oh, well, the crossbow is good. I'd be definitely interested in that. Pick. Yeah, the pick's good. Definitely.
I have a dagger.
Right? Yeah. Put the dagger, whatever daggers you're willing to part with. So we got the heavy crossbow, the pick, a dagger. Need a little bit more for this armor, but we're getting there.
I have
Slinging the bullets as well. Yeah, we'll throw that in.
I should probably hold on to that.
What else do you need? You need some more weapons, or are you good for weapons now?
I have a black opal.
All right.
It's a fine looking opal.
Yeah.
It's round and glossy.
Give me a persuasion check. With advantage.
Ooh, persuasion plus 0. 18.
Okay, 18. So, all right. So you want the armor? We'll take the crossbow, the sling and the bullets, the dagger, the opal. Is that it?
I have a scroll of non-detect.
Oh, you do?
Sure.
Well, I mean, I think we're okay. We're okay here. I'll give you the armor.
Well, I kind of want those bullets. If that's okay.
I mean, if you want to, I'll take the scroll for the bullets. If that's something you want to do.
No, I'm not an idiot.
Oh, I'm not hoping you are. It's a good when there's smart people in town. we may enlist your aid in getting some new stuff if you're ever heading out.
Well, how about the scroll for the cartographer's tools?
Absolutely, we take that. Like I said, I don't have the cartographer's tools. There's a couple of things I need to go.
And the shaft, and the bullets, which aren't even in your possession yet.
No, the bullet's yours right now. That's for true.
Okay, here's the non-detect. It's a really good spell.
Right, so given this that we'll give you the tools when we got them and the shaft when we can find one, and a gear hopefully. Gears are a little bit harder to find. We probably have to send someone into the mines to sort of pick some stuff apart. But should be doable.
I think that's a pretty fair trade. What do you guys think?
What do you guys want? Need anything else? 'Cause, I mean, we just have to keep offering more if you do, which is fine.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've done 2 trades here now. You have your armor. We're taking this crossbow, the dagger, the sling, not the bullets now. You keep them, and the opal. This is fine opal.
Is the leather just for some reason fit thistle fine, or do we have to rework it?
How big is this? Yeah, we'll send it out. We know someone that can do some work. What are your measurements, love? Oh, don't be silly. I'll get the tape measure. We'll go do it. We'll sort it out. Come in the back.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. You are a big one, ain't you?
Yeah, sure.
Actually, we might be needing just a little bit more to sweeten the deal if we're getting the alterations in. Maybe got a few more daggers or something. Anything like that?
I don't know if you work with this kind of thing, but it is quite rare. It was actually difficult, deathly even, to extract from the creature that we did. And I will pull out I've got a vial of mucus. Kind of, I swill it around a bit, and it's thick mucus. If you were to quote this on one of your weapons, it would be quite devastating. That'd be interesting.
Give me perception checks or insight check would be better.
Not great for me.
Did anyone else want to roll?
I think I'm out back.
Yes, you are out back.
I'm just checking what I've got. For 15?
15. So you would notice that, yes, they are interested, but more specifically, Grandma, the old granny in the corner, she sort of gave like a bit of a like an upturned eyebrow, like, yeah, get that.
Not that he would notice that.
Well, if we offer you that, no, I'd notice it. I'm within 20 feet of her. Well, if we offer you that, what else can we get for it? Because I get the feeling that you want this.
Yeah, we got uses for things like that for sure. We got buyers lined up for some stuff like that. I mean, is there any weapons you need? Things of that nature. How about you look like I see you got the sword there. Would you like something a bit finer?
Finer? How so?
Well, it's a proper warrior's blade, and he goes up to the shelf and he pulls out he goes under like a counter and pulls out in a sheath rapier.
I mean, that does look pretty useful.
Fine rapier. Doesn't look like it's seen too much action, but definitely has seen some.
I mean, this was Baracus's offer. I would be happy to take it, but
What were you after there, Tieflin? Baracus, you said? What did you want for your mucus?
The weapon for my friend here. But I just do not feel as though they're equal. What do you have any other antiquities or?
What about All right. So this is all part of the. This is a new deal, I suppose. All right. So we got the rapier. How about this? We'll add a. Actually, let me just double check something. Looking into the reference books.
think
Actually, fuck,
scimitar,
I've got a computer right in front of me. I'm just gonna Google it.
I think the scimitar suits me better. Is this light? I don't know if that rapier is as light as the scimitar.
It is finesse, which is something that I would use.
It would mean that you've got a +1 dagger that you can reassign as well. How's this? You give me that mucus. We'll give you the rapier. We'll give you. How about this short bow? And we'll give you a quiver and enough ammunition to keep you going for a good while. Maybe some extra ammunition for other things if you need.
Do you have any powder?
High or lows, and this is not going to be a straight roll.
Highs.
I mean, we have like chalk.
I was thinking more of like gunpowder. I mean, explosive powder. Or
I don't really-
nitrogen.
I mean, I don't really know of such things. No, we don't really have any of that. Sorry.
Any chemicals?
High or lows?
Lows?
I mean, we got some stuff, but nothing too interesting. Like things you'd find in your toolkits and such, but nothing particularly interesting. How about a hunting trap? Throw in a hunting trap.
Do you have any rope?
Of course, we got rope.
Good
How much rope
call.
We have rope.
We like just hemp and rope, or we do have a couple of silk.
Wait, that's your area. But those ranged weapons you have there, how about you hold on to those in lieu of? Do you have any wands to help out our?
Wands, high or low?
I'll go lows.
I don't really. We don't really have any wands right now, but I could ask around. We have a couple of scrolls. We don't really have too much magic to offer you in general, though, right now. Maybe we'll come across some later, but
Okay. Well, you might have a child walk in a bit later. An adventure of sorts. He might be interested. We shall see.
all right, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, so you're not interested in the short bow? Is there a different kind of weapon you'd be after?
Well, how much of that rope do you have in Tweak? You still requiring it?
Oh yes. I mean, 100 meters would be great.
I mean, we got four big old regular ropes made of hemp and a couple of silk ones.
Remember, little buddy, we still need to carry it.
Yeah, four hemp ropes would be fine.
I will throw that in the deal. Maybe give you a little bit less ammunition. Well, you don't not after the short bow at all, then.
Nah, not many of us would use it.
All right. So it's just the rapier, the rope. What else would you after? The hunting trap. Still want that?
Yeah, sure.
Hmm.
Well, how about a walking stick for my friend here? A well-made, sturdy, at least 10 foot.
What
That's
for?
a bit more than a walking stick there. You just want like a pole.
Yeah,
High or lows, Ash?
I'll go lows.
You can have my stuff.
Huh, well, we actually got something that might interest you. It's he pulls out a small foot-long stick, and he shakes it. It's like, see, just a stick, little 1 foot thing. But you press this here. He presses a button, and it just extends very quickly into a 10-foot pole.
Oh,
Run your hands along
yeah.
this.
This is technically magic, but it's sort of just engineering, is what I've heard. I don't know, but it works. I think it's a little bit of both.
How sturdy is it?
It's sturdy enough, but I wouldn't be trying too much with it. But if I give you this, I might need just a little bit more. This and the rapier and the ropes, just something a little bit more just to make it in my favor.
I can give you my staff.
Just a bit of wood. A couple of daggers, some spears or something, maybe. What, got any more gems? Little gem? Sweeten the pot?
Would you take some salt?
I mean, how much salt we talking?
It take quite a bit from up there, but I will give him a small pouch.
I mean, salt's all right. It's not the hardest thing to come by down here.
I mean, don't be turned off by. I mean, it's only in. You had nothing to carry it in, you see, and just rags. But it is fine salt.
All right. Give me a persuasion check.
Yeah, I can do that.
Finally, the one with charisma getting the check.
I can give you this. I
And
hold
rolls a
out
1. 16.
Okay, and what were you gonna say, Fletch?
hold out my hand, and I have a platinum piece in my hand.
Oh, platinum. Yeah, we'll take that deal then. And he grabs the platinum and hands you the pole.
As soon as he grabs it, it just puts his hand through it.
What? It's an illusion.
It's an illusion.
Oh, you got me there. Well, give us some gold then. It's not much use down here anyway. What do you got?
What do I have? I do have a little bit of gold.
Give us a couple of them then.
I'll give you 2 silver.
Okay, so you're handing over your crawl mucus and a few coins. Just knock off a few coins.
We did get platinum.
Yeah, you've got platinum from back in the day. I know you've got some.
12 platinum, 7 gold, and 200 copper.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Wow. Oh, well, I'll give him a real platinum and put it
All
on
right,
the
then.
counter.
Well, I hope you enjoy it. I've been told it's a pole of collapsing. And enjoy your sword. I think that it should be a fine blade.
Yeah.
Well, we probably should be shutting up shop soon. Or is there anything else you need?
If you could get some powder, if you could get some explosive powder or chlorine or...
You have to tell me a little bit more about chlorine. I'll ask about these things and someone a bit more in the know and see if we got any leads. But I'm not really familiar so much. We don't really deal with that sort of thing. Mostly just knickknacks and gear. I talked to Shognak. He might be able to help you a bit more, but
Magnesium?
no idea what you're talking about, if I'm honest. But yeah, Shognak should know. He's a smart guy.
An Atticus cookbook?
I'll go over and hand the pole over to Callum, and then one thing. Almost forgot. What do you reckon about this? And I'll pull out a kind of a softball-sized transparent orb out of my pocket. Is any value?
Softball-sized transparent orb.
Yeah. So we got that back in the caves. It was a room filled with vermin, but we kind of turned away from not to go in that room. But
I think
softball-sized transparent orb is what it says.
Oh man, I can't remember exactly what this is. I think it's one of two things. So I'm just gonna go with this one and then if the other thing is, if something else is the other thing, then that something else just became the other thing. And this is the thing. He's like, I'm not sure what that is. It looks nice though. I'm not sure.
How's Grandma Looky Loo look like?
Grandma's eyeing it off, but not sure either. Keep on rolling bad for him. I don't know. It might be worth. It's worth something for sure, but I don't know what it is. It could be. It's just an orb. It could be like a focus or something for the wizards, maybe.
That's all right. I'll hang on to it then, and I'll just put it back in my pocket.
It's got a bit worth. There's not too many people that do magic down here, and the ones that do probably already have their stuff sorted. Every now and then there'd be someone that's lost one, and would be able to find a buyer, but it's not a good market for those things. It might be something else, but we're not really sure. At this point, Zanny has come back out with Thistle in tow. Yeah, you're a big girl, lass, but we should be able to figure it out. There might be a couple of patchy bits, like where we just sort of have to make it stretch to fit, but it should give you proper protection. It will be over the less important bits.
No, thank you kindly for your time.
Yeah, no, it was fine working with you. It took a little bit. Like I had to do a bit of climbing, but we figured it out.
Did you guys get what you needed?
I got rope. Who wants this shaft? I mean, this rod that grows?
It's a pole of collapsing.
Pole of collapsing?
It's a magic item.
Good for poking stuff from a distance.
Can be good for a lot of things.
Yeah. Well, I suppose we'll look into getting these other items. So the shaft and the gear. We'll sort out the calligrapher's supplies for you. We'll get that all sorted for you in the morning. The cartographer supplies, sorry. All right. Well, we got some people we need to talk to about looking into this stuff. So we better shut up shop and go have those conversations then.
Farewell. We'll be back, I guess, in the next coming days.
See you on the mushroom. See you on the morrow. I've got mushrooms on the brain. And with that, you guys exit the shop. Well, you're sort of half funneled out of the shop. And I think we will end the episode there with the end of our first shopping episode. That's it for this episode of the High or Lows podcast. If you'd like to get in touch, you can find us on Twitter at High or Lows with underscores between the words, or you can find me at Phoebster.
Thanks for listening to this episode. If you enjoyed listening, please leave us a 5-star rating and review, which is one of the best ways you can support us. You can also join the discussion on our Reddit and Facebook pages, or even our Discord server, and maybe play some games with us. Links can be found in the description below. Special thanks to Sirenscape for the background audio and Alex McPherson for providing the opening theme. I hope you can all join us next time as we continue on our adventure.